Hi, Victor Morganta here from FactEngine. FactEngine's customers have reached out to me to make a video on the FactEngine Advantage and how FactEngine can work with you to deliver your data realization goals. So over the next 5 minutes, I'll introduce to you the FactEngine Advantage.
So what is the FactEngine Advantage? The FactEngine Advantage is a suite of productivity tools for knowledge graphs and databases that can be rapidly deployed to your organization to deliver your data realization ambitions. It's a really smart idea that lets you keep the data governance processes that you have in place already. It's a very flexible solution that offers business intelligence at a very reasonable cost. So let's step through the FactEngine Advantage. FactEngine lets you work with a range of databases, and our biggest advantage comes when working with a semantic layer where your organization might have a centralized view of your disparate siloed databases in the organization, and where that's expressed to data consumers as a semantic layer. FactEngine offers something new which we're calling the semantic view, which is a view over the top of your semantic layer where business rules can be offered in natural language, and where we offer various views over the top of a semantic layer which might otherwise only be expressed as, say, an entity relationship diagram. FactEngine comes as a natural language and controlled natural language query engine, and we've been doing controlled natural language and natural language queries well before it became a thing just recently with large language models. FactEngine and our core product Boston is a web-based offering that can also be run in a intranet or a extranet on premises, and we also offer a desktop-based conceptual modeling solution that incorporates the FactEngine query engine. And it's this area we want to focus on predominantly, the semantic view over your semantic layer. Now, you may well have spent thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on your semantic layer and the various databases and data warehouses offered to your data consumers. And where FactEngine provides benefit to your organization is that you don't need to throw out the investment you've already made with the databases that you work with to implement a semantic layer or semantic view over the top of your data. So we'll look at what it is to have a semantic view. Firstly though, we'll say that we work with any database that we can, and technologies that offer a semantic layer such as Presto or AtScale, for instance, or even Databricks. So whether you're working with Snowflake, Oracle, SQL Server, Hadoop, Amazon Redshift, Neo4j, TypeDB, we will work with any database we can to provide a semantic view over the top of your semantic layer to get the best benefit for your data consumers. So let's have a look at that from the data consumer's perspective. Our core product Boston is a data productivity and conceptual modeling tool for databases and data warehouses that's available as a desktop solution or being able to be served through a web browser over the internet or in a intranet or extranet environment. Boston lets you visualize your database or your data warehouse as a property graph schema, an entity relationship diagram, or a object role model, and where object role modeling provides the added advantage of being able to have natural language semantic realization of your schema, where if we have a look at a glossary view where we have a glossary of our schema, we've just clicked on customer, and we've got our schema in natural business language. So customer has at most one region name, each customer has one total customer value, customer is based in at most one city, customer is based in most one country, at most one country, etc. Now, we haven't had to throw out our data warehouse or our database to achieve that. We've provided a semantic view over the top of our semantic layer or our database or data warehouse. If we pick on any model element within the schema, we can view its data and perform CRUD, so create, read, update and delete type functions over the top of our data. And what customers really like is FactEngine, where we can write controlled natural language queries over the top of our databases. So let's write a query over the top of this database, which is the famous Northwind database by Microsoft. We'll write a very simple one. So we'll say which employee that is based in the UK, the country UK, took an order that was placed on, and we're going to say order date, year 2017. So we want to know which employees based in the UK took an order in the year 2017. We'll just hit go on that, and there's our results. Our controlled natural language query has been converted in this instance to SQL, but Boston lets you have multiple models within the Model Explorer, and we've got the same Northwind database as a Neo4j database, that if I run the same query having selected it and hit go on that, this time we'll see the same results, but our query will be a cipher query. So with Boston we can work with various schemas and with various databases and various database types, so relational and graph-based databases. Now this is on a desktop. If we move over to a browser, we can see I've got Boston open inside a browser, and here's my address bar on my browser here. If I go to the address bar on my browser and press F11, I get taken to full screen view, and we've got a full screen view of the Boston productivity tool inside a browser, which can be over the web or through a intranet or extranet. And we're looking at quite a large aerospace model here, that if I go to the data dictionary of that model and its entity relationship view, we can see that we've got over 290 tables in that schema, and here's the columns on, say, the file entity type. We can view the model as a object role model, a property graph schema, or an entity relationship diagram. Boston also supports use case diagrams and state transition diagrams. And being over the web, we can work on the model, and it's over the web or over an intranet. So we can do that in a collaborative fashion, such that if employees or staff are working on a model, your knowledge engineers can work in a collaborative fashion on the same model with user-based permissions over the models that they can view and edit, and the data that they can edit as well. So let's go back to our desktop view, and we're inside FactEngine again, and now this time let's write a natural language query. So I'm going to say show me the employees that took an order in December 2017 for products that are supplied by suppliers based in the USA. And I'm going to switch back to my relational view and hit go on that. Now FactEngine hooks up to a large language model and converts to our FactEngine query language, and we've gone from natural language to controlled natural language to get our results. So let's recap on where we are. So FactEngine and Boston provides a semantic view over the top of your semantic layer, where the semantic view is the ability to visualize your database or databases or data warehouse as a entity relationship diagram, property graph schema, or a set of object role models. We have a natural language interface to the semantic view over the semantic layer, where we have the business rules of the schema in controlled natural language. FactEngine, the query engine, lets you do controlled natural language business intelligence queries or natural language business intelligence queries over the web or via an intranet or extranet or desktop-based search, and where Boston lets you have user-based permissions over who has access to which schemas and which data that it operates over. So the FactEngine Advantage lets you keep your semantic layer and the investment that you already have, and is a solution which is rapidly deployable. It's a smart solution because you get to keep the investment you've already made. Whatever data governance processes you have in place, you get to keep those as well. It's a very flexible solution that allows you to implement at the desktop level, on an intranet or extranet or over the web. They're offering you business intelligence at a very reasonable cost, and that is the FactEngine Advantage.
Thanks for watching. That's the FactEngine Advantage. I'm Victor Morganti, and my team and I are looking forward to working with you to maximise your data potential. Look forward to speaking with you soon.